to see you. Thank goodness
But,
you are here, not in Suffolk.
but yeah, no. I mean,
So,
I think the big star of tonight is Pat for rising to the occasion of being a virtual compere, because of someone else who is on holiday and didn't come back. But we won't name names, shall we?
we'll be
So
discreet.
doing a
Okay,
great
and
job.
over to you then to see us out
Thank
from
you,
the
thank you.
Singers.
Okay, right now, because I am because I'm the support slot here, it means I get to talk a bit more. It can't be helped. It's just how it is. So this first song, a couple of years ago, I walked past a place called Dead Man's Hollow, and that put me in mind of a place near where I grew up called Dead Man's Lake. And I just had this thought. I thought, well, there was a time when those places were just called the Hollow and the Lake. So I thought, well, I know the story of Dead Man's Lake. The story of Dead Man's Lake near Wimborne in Dorset, where I grew up, is that during the Second World War, this Spitfire crashed into the lake and the pilot was killed, and that's why it's called Dead Man's Lake. And then, I don't know whether you have this as well, but my next thought was, okay, I haven't thought about this in 40 years. I bet that is complete rubbish. I bet that's totally made up. I bet that's just what the older scouts used to tell the younger scouts. But then I thought, it's a good story. Let's tell the story. And I think the idea of making up stories like that is some kind of story in itself. So this is a little ghost story called Dead Man's Lake. By Dead Man's Lake I felt I saw you, just a flicker of the dark in the corner of an eye. I turned like I was looking for you, holding nothing but the breeze in the midnight sky that makes the leaves to shake. By Dead Man's Lake. Upon a time you took me walking, telling how you fell in love as the world was catching fire. And although I was barely talking, still I could hear the wind through the distant wire and tremble for your sake. By Dead Man's Lake. And if you could have kept him soaring with the power of your love, never would he touch the ground. But all around the skies were falling. They took you in their sights, they shot your lover down. He came tumbling from those skies of war, tail spinning glory, ash and flame. Everything you were living for lay lost in a lake that bore no name. Though hearts were to break. By Dead Man's Lake. By Dead Man's Lake I felt I saw you, just a flicker of the dark in a corner of an eye. Was it just me was looking for you, or the echoes of so many loves gone by, and the stories that we make? By Dead Man's Lake. Right, that was Dead Man's Lake. So you shouldn't read your own reviews, should you? I'm just reading the chat, and when it says cloned Coleses, does that mean you're getting double voice. Are there any problems with the voice there? Yeah, no, don't wash hands at me again. Pat, am I getting doubled up voice, or am I okay? Yes, no. Oh, it's okay. Right. Okay, I'll carry on then. Right. I was going to do something traditional, but I was going to do something traditional, but I've just been to the sea for the first time in a year and however long. Yesterday I was by the sea. So I'm going to do a song about an old sailor called Manuel, who was telling me a story about when he jumped ship in Havana and then jumped back on another ship when he'd had enough. And it's an entirely true story, apart from his choice of words when he said, "I was having a good time, forget the ship." That's not entirely what he said. Anyway, this is called Manuel. Manuel, he was a sailor in a Spanish bar, and he told me tales of London and Andalusia. He said, "You can get the drinks, son, but they know me here, so buy the bigger bottles, 'cause you get more beer." I spoke with him in Spanish, crawled back to my room below the stairs. Now he's waiting for a ship on a corner where the winds blow cooler. Maybe she comes, maybe she don't. Manuel, he sailed for Cuba on a rising tide, and he saw his ship leave harbour from the harbour side, 'cause Havana had him swept up in her gentle grip. Well, I was having a good time, he said, forget the ship. He drank his fill of sunshine, signed aboard and sailed for home again. Now he's waiting for a girl on a corner where the winds blow cooler. Maybe she comes, maybe she don't. Maybe she comes, maybe she don't. Manuel, he told me stories, yeah, and I drank them down. Well, I was halfway to Havana in that Spanish town, on a corner of the oceans, watching out on the world, waiting for a ship, for a drink, for a girl. We settled at the bar, said, "Hey man, you speak Spanish good." Well, maybe he's still waiting on that corner where the winds blow cooler. Maybe she comes, maybe she don't. Maybe she comes, maybe she don't. Maybe she comes, maybe she don't. Manuel, he was a sailor. Right, Manuel, I'm going to do one more and then hand back to Pat to bring our guest Paul Downs on. And nobody's washing their hands at me, so or sending abusive comments, so that is good. Yeah, hopefully, we're not promising anything, but it's possible that our next month's guests at the Folk Club, Somebody Else's Troubles, the band that I happen to be in, we are hoping that we can actually play live in Mum's Bistro and still perhaps stream as well like this. If Chris is back from holiday, that's really going to help, put it that way. But if you want to watch us trying to work out the technology behind this and probably making a total mess of it, the band Somebody Else's Troubles will be doing our monthly live stream next Wednesday. But this time, for the first time, we will hopefully be in a real venue. So hopefully we'll be in the All Good Bookshop in Turnpike Lane. We'll be playing together, which is something we haven't done for about a year. But we're having guests joining in like this. So it's still going to be a very kind of hybrid, transatlantic kind of setup. So yeah, if you want to see us making a complete mess of that, join in. Come along. But hopefully that will lay the groundwork for next month when we play at Bowes Park Folk Club and hopefully at Mum's Bistro. And this is one of the songs that I really, really miss playing with the band. But in the band I'm not allowed to play it on this. So there we go. It's called Berry Love. Picking out the pieces of life together, wonder what possesses you. Say forever when every second you look around, forever crumbles and love hits the ground. You're pulling out the splinters of messy ending. You breathe in the relief, one beyond pretending. But there's only you, it's only you to lose now. We can bury love in iron coffin, 6 feet under earth and stone. Shed no tears, the market's lonely passing leaf, no crumbling grey headstone, and 6 feet underneath the crossroads. Turn our backs and run away, but in the wind and the dust and the ashes, well, still it haunts you, still you pay. Building up the corners of another lifetime, laying your foundations on the same old fault line. And when the sky tumbles, who will you blame? Tear down your fortress, but your prison remains. You're striking out the records and evidence. You're burning all the letters in your own defense. Yeah, but there's only you, there's only you to lose now. We can bury love in iron coffins, leave it 6 feet under earth and stone. Shed no tears, the market's lonely passing leaf, no crumbling grey headstone. 6 feet underneath the crossroads, turn our backs and run away, but in the wind and the dust and the ashes, well, still it haunts you, still you pay. Well, every breath and still you pay. We can bury love. Apologies if that was a bit distorted. I had red lights flashing at me, but I couldn't do very much. Thank you very much, Mary, for asking me to do that. And now I'm going to disappear backstage and hand over to Pat to introduce our guest, Paul Downs. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks so much, Ian. Lovely way to finish off the floor singing part of the evening. Very enjoyable. I'm so glad you were with us.